So after a year of conceptualizing, designing, and building the F-150 project, I'm proud to be able to unveil it here at Holley Ford Fest 2025 in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Now, with the surge in popularity of these trucks over the last several years, we knew we could help the market out with getting that traction to the ground through our legendary Detroit True Track technology. Now, for this build, to make that power, we went with Texas Speed and Performance's Gen 4 5.0 liter Coyote, mated with a Magnuson 2650 supercharger utilizing that legendary Eaton TVS technology. Now that setup is mated to a midnight performance-built 10 R80 10-speed transmission utilizing a Circle D Specialties Pro Series torque converter. Now back that power is transferred to the rear axle through a carbon fiber drive shaft from Gulf Coast Drive Shafts. Now the steering and handling is handled from our friends over at RideTech with their front and rear lowering kit, traction bars, and sway bar system. And in order to haul this thing to a stop, we've got an impressive brake kit from our friends over at Brembo Racing. It's an 8-piston caliper with a 16-inch rotor. So stay tuned, we're gonna deep dive the entire build of the F-150 project. Now with me today is Tony from HP Tuners. Tony, we appreciate all your help with making this thing a reality. Why don't you tell us a little about your product and how we helped get us where we are today?
Well, really appreciate you guys bringing us on board. Ford makes a great product, obviously, with the F-150. The volume speaks for itself, and the sales right now are huge. So we take that and make it a little bit better with the calibration software and to do it yourself, or have somebody else do it for you. So when we found out you guys were doing this project, it was exciting to get on board with it, provide the hardware and software so that we could actually make the tunes. Obviously brought Josh from FiveStar on for tuning on it, and we got it up and running.
Unlocking the PCM, getting that initial startup tune on, and all the refinement. You mentioned Josh at FiveStar. He's been an absolute rock star getting us to actually having this thing here, driving it around the facility. This thing has come together awesome. So we appreciate your support with all that.
It is awesome. Our company takes the, what we originally couldn't get into them, we were able to unlock them, get into them. We had to send them in and bring back forward. We actually came up with the idea and we made the capabilities where we actually can unlock it with the device. So you don't have to send it out. You do it in-house in your garage, ready to go. With HP Tuner software, there's two parts of it. You have the editor and the scanner. Most people think that the editor is the most important part, but the scanner is, and I'll tell you why. As a calibrations person and wanting to do something right, you need something that can really calibrate something right. You need to be able to see it. The scanner is the key to this whole thing. As a top-notch calibrating software, our scanner is second to none. Give an example. We can see everything, all the PIDs, all the channels we want to see, RPM speed, our map points, wide bands. We see everything on here. This allows the calibration to be done 100% correctly. With that being said, we have the editor software. This is where the magic is done. This is where the editor is done. What we call fast, fuel, air, spark, torque management, and transmission, all in here in the editor software. This is the meat and potatoes of it. The scanner's the thing that makes it happen. As you can see, we just fired this thing up. Sounds good. We're looking at the data on here. Cold start comes right up. Idle's great. Again, Josh at FiveStar did a great job on this thing. Pretty excited about being on board with it.
Well, hey, Tony, thanks again for all your help on this build, man. Really appreciate it. How can somebody who's building something like this get a hold of you guys and get hooked up with all the software?
Jump on the website, hptuners.com. You can look and see what's available for your vehicle, see the products. We're releasing some very cool products here in the future, so keep pressing what's happening and tune your ride.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, guys, we made it over here to the Texas Speed booth, and I'm here with Jayden. Now, Jayden, we went with the Gen 4 5.0 because we knew we wanted to have a bottom end that could hold up to the power and the abuse that we were going to throw its way. So why don't you tell us a little about the 5.0, what you guys think is interesting about it, and what's so cool about these F-150 platforms right now?
Yeah, so the Coyote's been around for quite a while now, but really within the past couple of years with these F-150s, it's really just exploded because it's an affordable option to go really fast. Like what we have actually here in yours is we have a Gen 4 re-sleeve boot motor. It's rated for 1,800. Gives you that little bit extra insurance, but it's not the most expensive option we have. We also have our 1,200 horse, which is just our re-sleeve version, which that's the best bang for your buck if you're just trying to make kind of like what you guys are doing, just nice 900 to 1,000 horsepower, nice conservative number.
Yeah. Now we want this thing to go out and compete, and we want to make sure it can drive itself home every weekend, right? So
yes, sir.
While dyno numbers aren't out yet, we're pretty confident that this thing's going to handle all of the abuse we're going to throw its way.
Yes,
now at the back end, we also have something else from Texas Speed and your catback exhaust system. Tell us a little about that.
Yes, so we have our valved exhaust system on here. It sounds crispy.
Yeah.
If you want just loud, everybody to know exactly where you are, you just flip that valve, she's all the way open.
Yeah.
Get home late at night, racing all night, want tone it down for the neighbors a little bit.
Right.
Go ahead and flip that switch, tones it down just a little bit.
Yeah, really nice system. The black chrome tips look absolutely killer out the back of this truck, so really nice job on all that.
Yes, sir.
Now, obviously, Texas Speed is synonymous with LS, other platforms, so you're not just Ford, right? So
correct.
Tell us a little about Texas Speed and kind of how you guys got into the performance market, and really what is your mantra for
So Texas Speed really just started with two guys that wanted to go fast. They both had like F bodies, LS motors. That's where we traditionally are, and that's our home base our entire time. Was LS, LTs, but within the last couple of years, we wanted to start branching out to other people who kept asking us about our product. We got into the Hemis, and then we got into the Coyotes and the Godzillas.
Yeah.
Which Godzillas you don't see a whole lot of.
And you guys are actually running a Godzilla here this weekend, I think, in this yellow Mustang behind us, right?
Twisted T is what we call it. Running a 7.3 Godzilla with our Stage 3 cam and our intake.
Well, hey man, thanks again for all the help with this build. We cannot wait to see what this thing's really capable of once we really start putting the power down to it. But we've got the utmost amount of confidence that this thing's going to hold up to all the abuse we're going to throw its way. So thanks again.
Yes, sir. I can't wait to see it run.
Awesome, man. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we made it down here to the RideTech booth at Holley Ford Fest. Now, when we were building the F-150, we knew we wanted a truck that only looked good, but functioned as well. Now I'm here with Jason from RideTech. Jason, thanks again for all your support with this build. We're so happy with how it turned out, the ride, the handling, everything else in between. So tell us a little bit about the F-150 platform. What is it about this platform that makes RideTech excited and has some product for it?
Sure, yeah. Right now it's the hottest truck out there. You know, they're selling more of these things than you can imagine. Every dealership in the country is stocking them to. And obviously the looks. Look at them.
Yeah.
I mean, they look good. It's a good-looking truck.
Right.
The big horsepower. Not a whole lot of money to make them go fast either.
Right.
So. We thought, well, what complements the best with ride quality and a little more traction? To get these things put 1,500 horse and what they're making, down to the ground. So.
On this truck too, we opted for the optional traction bar and sway bar setup for the rear end. Talk about that a little bit.
So that's a must. If you guys are looking to put power to the ground, traction bars, obviously, you still got a stock leaf spring underneath the rear. So we got to keep them from bouncing around. So.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this truck has performed so fantastic so far. Straight line acceleration is phenomenal, right? So great job with the kit. We can't wait to see what else this thing's capable of when we hit the track later on this year and into next year. So, so obviously you guys do more than just Ford platforms, right?
Yeah, we actually do pretty much everything out there. We started out doing pretty muscle car centric. Now we've expanded into late model cars and pickups.
Right.
So we've got the Ford, the Dodge, the Chevy. We've got kits like this similar for all of them.
Awesome.
Also for the cars, classic muscle cars, Mustangs, anything. One of our big products, that's hot here is we got a independent rear suspension for a Fox body Mustang.
Yeah.
So a direct bolt-in.
Yeah.
So, that is very popular out here, obviously.
I've seen a lot of those Fox bodies with those kits on them all weekend long here. So how does somebody find out information about RideTech suspension systems?
Easiest way to reach us on the web, ridetech.com.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, thanks again for the partnership on this build. We can't wait to work with you guys a little bit more and see how this thing gets tuned in. But for now, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here at the RideTech booth here at Holley Ford Fest 2025. So that's going to do it for us here at Holley Ford Fest 2025. Now, we had a great time with Vendor Midway here, and we really appreciated all the time spent with all of our awesome partners on the F-150 build, talking about their products and helping understand why we built the truck the way we did. So stay tuned for some future videos of the F-150 project. We'll see you next time.